Hello everyone and welcome back to another interesting guidance session provided by SSBCrackExams. This is regarding about how to select your AFSB interview dates for all of those candidates who have qualified the AFCAT 2 2020 examination. Indian Air Force on Wednesday has opened the window to choose the date and venue of AFSB interview. Candidates who have cleared the Indian Air Force AFCAT 2 2020 entrance examination can choose the date and venue for the interview from 11 a.m. Remember, it is from 11 a.m. from 21st of October 2020 all the way up towards the 11 a.m. of 25th of October 2020. So only regarding these 5 dates we have to choose our dates for the AFSB interview, so the time is very less, and I urge each and every particular candidate who has qualified this particular examination to choose and select your AFSB interview slots. And in this particular session I will tell you and I will guide you regarding how to select your slots for the interview. Beginning with the first and foremost thing, as I always mention to you, that you have to go through the website afcat.cdac.in. In the previous session also I was discussing with you. Please remember the most important site wherein which you will have to select your examination related details, your AFSB interview selection details are all will be done only by the CDAC based website, which is afcat.cdac.in. If you go through the website, you will get to see this particular screen, and in the top side you will see about the candidate login. After you click on the candidate login, you will a drop down box will come down which indicates AFCAT 2 2020 cycle and AFCAT 1 2020 cycle. Since this is regarding the AFCAT 2 2020 cycle, we will click on that particular one. It will redirect you towards the signing in page, wherein which you have to fill up your email ID, password and the captcha details. Once you fill up all of them, and then you can click on the login, wherein which you will get to this particular screen, which is known as the exam category screen, wherein which the entrances for AFCAT, NCC, flying branch and also the meteorology branch, the 3 tabs will be separately given. Now that this is regarding AFCAT, we will only concentrate on that. And if we scroll down, you will get to know through the 9th point under the AFCAT tab, which is the result and AFSB selection. You will click on that particular 9th option, and then you will be redirected to this particular page, wherein which till the last time I have told you that you will get to go through this particular screen about the cutoff marks and your score. So here the option is known as given, it is the AFCAT selection process, AFSB selection process. You will click on the button that is given down here below the word of congratulations. So there you will click on that particular option. The moment you click on that option, you will get this particular screen mentioning about 5 most important points. The first point is, if you are using a mobile phone, then either use the landscape mode or scroll the exam table horizontally and select the option. That will be case. So I request each and every one of you, if in case you are using a mobile phone, then use the landscape mode, but most probably I prefer that you people will choose your dates in a laptop or in a desktop or monitor screen itself. Coming to the second point, it mentions that AFSB centers and exams are based on your category and availability are only displayed here. That means it is based upon your category and it is based upon the availability. That means the first come first serve basis, and those who selected their seats first, those who come for the selection first, they will have more options, and the one who come in the last, they will have obviously the less options, because each and every AFSB has its own number of slots. So you need to fill up. If in case you fail to fill up, then you will be allotted the AFSB automatically by the Indian Air Force, which will be problematic for you. So it is very, very important that you choose the dates by yourself. Coming up to the third point, it mentions that if in case your hometown happens to be one of the place where AFSBC is located, then you can choose it also as your SSB center also. Previously there used to be a problem regarding this. If in case you belong to a place where in which the AFSB is located, if in case the AFSB center is itself the hometown for you, then you need to mention it towards the officials, but now no other important details were mentioned here. So if in case you belong to important AFSB centers, like if in case your hometown is from Dehradun or from Gandhinagar or Mysore or from Varanasi, then also you can select the hometown AFSB as your selection center. Coming through the fourth point is about that you can refresh the page or click on refresh AFSB exams for refresh AFSB seats availability. This is something I will tell you while we go through the processes. Coming towards the fifth point, it mentions that after seat selection, bank details for the travel allowance are need to be filled mandatorily by downloading the call letter and the notification forms. So I will tell you on how to fill up the bank details and all the other issues. So you will simply click on this I have understood the process button. The moment you click on that particular button, you will get to know this particular screen. The process and the status will be mentioned here. The process regarding the seat selection and seat allotment process, here a tick mark will be shown. You will have to simply scroll down wherein which a button is given here, refresh button. If in case you want to refresh the availability of seats, then you will click on this particular refresh button, which will give you the on time details, the proper details regarding the ones. If you simply scroll down, then you will get to go through this particular screen wherein which the serial number, the AFSB name, the exam dates and the category of the exam is already given. Since I am a male candidate, then all of these categories given as a male. If in case you are a female candidate, then the category would be given here as a female, and the seats that are available at that particular slots will be given. So each and every particular serial number is one single slot, remember. So if in case the first serial number mentions that it's 1 2 AFSB Mysore, that means this particular slot, and the reporting date for that is given as 26th of December 2020. And the number of seats is 42. That means I can get myself, because there are 42 seats of availability. The least number is given here. And if in case all of these dates, it is my wish, I can choose any particular date. I can choose to go to Mysore. I can also choose to go to some other important places also. There are also other pages. You can click on this page number 2 and page number 3. Other tabs are also mentioned. If you can go through and if you can click on the other tabs also, more number of options for you to select will be given. And if you go through that, it will also show you that what are the seats that are available. So from among all of these, I have selected some particular option. For example, I have selected on the 2 FSB Mysore 29th March 2021 as the date that I want to choose, and the moment I check upon that, I will get to go through this particular details. So the next important one is that it will mention to me and will ask me whether am I sure regarding this particular one. Okay, so I selected 29th March 2021 as the reporting date of the AFSB at Mysore, and will ask me whether I am sure, and after a lot of thinking I will click on OK. Okay, the moment I click on that, it will ask me, it will show me that my AFSB has been selected. Remember, once your AFSB is selected, it is highly impossible for you to go back and again re-verify it or change it. The moment you click on the AFSB details, you cannot come back. So please remember, you need to spend more time whenever you are choosing the dates. The moment you click the button known as OK here, it is impossible for you to change any option regarding the AFSB. Your AFSB seat selection will be final, and the dates regarding the AFSB cannot be postponed at any kind of circumstances. Okay, so please think a lot and then select your availability of the seats whichever there. So also I would like to mention, I urge you guys to select your seats as fast and as soon as possible, because the more late you do, the more less options you get. Okay, going through, if you scroll down a little bit, it will ask you to fill up your bank details, the IFSC code, the bank name, bank city and all. The moment you fill up all the details, after you click on the button known as submit, this particular screen will be visible for you. It will again ask me to review my bank details, whatever I have written here itself. Okay, so I will check all the details that I have already written, and then I will tick on this particular option. The moment you click on that option, it will ask me to submit the details, and then I will submit the details. After submitting it, all of these bank details are automatically filled. Okay, after filling up the details and all, it will ask me to simply scroll down, and here are the documents for the downloading. It is compulsory that you download these documents. Please remember, without these documents, if you appear for the AFSB, it will be a very problematic issue for you. So it is compulsory that you take care, that you download all of these documents, and you also take a print of all of these. What do you get in all of these? You will get 3 important PDFs. Okay, so the moment you download, 3 PDFs will be downloaded. As you can see here, this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. 3 PDFs will be downloaded. The first PDF would be the call-up letter for your AFSB. Okay, this is valid only if accompanied with the original AFCAT admit card. So I hope that AFCAT 2 2020 admit card, wherein which your photograph is there, and upon that photograph, the stamp of the examination center has been attested, and the examination officer has also signed on your AFCAT admit card. So that is a very important document. This call-up letter will be valid only if you have the AFCAT admit card. If in case you do not have the AFCAT admit card, or in case you lost your AFCAT admit card, then it is compulsory for you to file an FIR in the police station, and you must accompany and you must go and appear your AFSB along with that FIR. Okay, so it is compulsory that you must have your AFCAT admit card, and this particular call-up letter is compulsory that you can take a printout of it. The second printout will mention to you about the declaration form, and if you scroll down, you can also see the journey particulars form also. Both of them are very important. You need to take a printout of both of these. In the same PDF, both declaration form and journey particulars form will be mentioned. The moment you take a printout of it, you need to fill up all the important details in that also. Then comes the next important one. This is known as the self-certified undertaking for COVID-19. Here it is compulsory that you need to take a printout of it. Here you need to write your own name, your own AFCAT roll number, and the batch number and all will be given by the AFSB officials once you reach there. You will fill up these details and then you will attest all of these with the proper ones. Now let us discuss about those documents that are to be carried for the AFSB interview. Compulsorily, all of these I have arranged in a proper format depending upon their importance. On the decreasing level of their importance, I have arranged all of these. So the first and foremost important thing that you have to carry with yourself is the AFSB call-up letter. Remember, AFSB call-up letter will be valid only if you have the original AFCAT admit card. If in case you do not have the original AFCAT admit card, then you must carry an FIR in the place of it. Okay, FIR must be filed in the police station, and that has to be there with you, and you have to remember that. Then comes the proof of identity. You must also carry your original Aadhaar card or original passport or whichever important proof of identity that you have mentioned according to your AFCAT admit card. Then comes the most important one, which is an ICMR certified COVID negative certificate, which is dated not less than 2 days prior to the reporting date. As per my AFSB interview that I have marked here, the 29th of March 2021 is that particular date that I have marked as an AFSB date. This is the reporting date. Then in that case, my ICMR certified COVID negative certificate should be dated either 27th or 28th of March 2021 compulsorily. Other than these dates, no other important one will be valid for me. It is compulsory that my COVID negative certificate should be dated on 27th or 28th. Okay, so this is compulsory. If in case I do not have a COVID negative certificate, then it is compulsory that you provide a proper attestation form by a registered medical practitioner mentioning that you are asymptomatic for COVID. Then comes the fifth point, which is the self-certified COVID undertaking form, which will be mentioning for you the COVID undertaking form, the candidate declaration form, candidate questionnaire form, and the journey particulars form. All of these will be downloaded for you. Here, whenever you download all of these forms, if in case you remember, there are 3 important documents that are downloaded here. So among all of these documents, these 4 will be completely there, one below the other. So all of these are compulsory for you to take a printout and carry off all of them. Then comes next important points is the 9th one, which is the original mark sheets of your 10th class, of your 12th class or your intermediate, and the graduation mark sheets. It is compulsory that you also carry your graduation final year memo also. If in case you are still pursuing your final year graduation, then you need to also carry the bona fide certificates of your college, and you need to also carry a custodian certificate, which is also mandatory for all of those who are studying still in their graduation itself. So a custodian certificate is that certificate which will mention properly that your certificates are there with an eligible institution properly, and that is absolutely acceptable by the Indian Air Force officials. Among with all of these, if in case you already finish your graduation, then it is compulsory for also with you to carry the semester wise mark sheets also mentioning that you have qualified all the semesters and you do not have any other backlog. If in case you have any backlog, then you will be routed back towards your home, because having a backlog is not acceptable and you will not be declared eligible for attending an SSB or even qualifying or writing an AFSB in future. Then comes the 11th point, which is the no objection certificate. This is only for those who are already working, and if in case you are working as in a government sector, let it be a central government employee or a state government employee, but in case if you are a government employee, then you must carry a no objection certificate from the particular office whichever you are working from. Then comes the next important point, which is the 12th one, which is the original bank passbook or the cancelled check. What is the original bank passbook? Why do we need all of these details? This is regarding the verification of your account bank details. Okay, you can carry your original bank passbook which mentions your name, or you can even carry your own cancelled check which also mentions your name on it. Okay, always remember that whichever bank details that you provide, they are of your own personal account bank details. Okay, so this bank passbook should be that, and if you can carry the bank passbook which mentions your photograph in it, or your complete bank details are there in the bank passbooks, the first page, or in case you can even carry a cancel check. Then comes the 3 sets of the Xerox copies of all the above mentioned documents. Whatever documents I have mentioned, all the above, all of these 12, among all of these 12, you need to take 3 sets of the Xerox copies of all the above mentioned documents, and it is compulsory and mandatory that you carry 24 recent passport size photographs also, and all of these photographs should be of white background. Please remember, all of these photographs should possess a white background along with a formal attire. Okay, so you must be in a formal dress on all of these passport size photographs, and the background must be white preferably. This is how we need to consider. And from SSB Crack Exams, I would like to wish each and every one of you all the best for the coming up SSB, AFSB interviews. I wish that each and every one of you do qualify the SSB interviews that are coming in future, and you become the future officers and you will safeguard our nation's territory. That's it regarding this particular session. Stay healthy, keep smiling. Jai Hind.